Alright guys, so this video will be a bit different from my previous ones because I really want to know what you guys think about this topic. For context regarding the title, I don't watch live streams of any streamer at all. I rarely watch streams of tournaments and things like that, but even that is rare. I know the existence of popular streamers, I know they exist, I know who they are, but I don't go to Twitch to watch them. I know that they exist through YouTube clips and YouTube videos, and why not? What I want to rant about specifically today is regarding the incident that happened with this political streamer where there is a bunch of evidence that points to the fact that he used a shock collar to train his dog. And the reaction of all his friends and viewers of the community and all of that, like all of the reaction of these people, I want to talk about that, like how the friends reacted and how the community reacted, which I really cannot understand, to be honest. I don't understand why the reaction has been like that and has made no sense at all. So the way I used to see most popular streamers before it became like this mainstream kind of like stuff and they became like way dumber now, is that they are these kind of small celebrities that you can heavily identify with and experience their lives vicariously through the streams. And they are a little bit more in touch with reality actually. Now, why do I say that? Well, if you compare streamers with Hollywood stars, for instance, Hollywood stars don't feel like real people. They have so much money and are so much more popular that they are in a different spectrum, I would say. You don't imagine them going to the grocery store and doing the same thing and having the same struggles that we do. They have like these private lives and do these private things all the time because of paparazzis and why not. But with streamers, you see them do basic stuff all the time. You see them in the streams eating, you see them talking to their fans, you see them going to the grocery store and maybe a grocery store that you also go to, going to the park that you also go to, walking that you also do, like, you know, like on a park or whatever. You see them doing all of these basic daily activities that you can heavily identify with, and it's totally different than celebrities, if that makes sense. I remember this is how it used to be back then actually, but now like streaming, it's just a bunch of stupid adults playing to be celebrities, completely disconnected from reality as if they were like Hollywood stars or whatever, and that nothing else matters but the clout that they get out of like the friends and whatever, and to be friends with the ones that have the most clout. It's just like a mini Hollywood, so to speak, where you just like, you must have the same takes and opinions than the ones on top. And if you don't, you just don't get acknowledged in any way. So it's just like this kind of like mini Hollywood, like I said, where like these people like are playing to be like super famous people, where in reality, they're just like not as famous as they think they are. So because of this cloud situation and people caring so much about like being popular, you have this situation with this guy Hassan, where he has such a big influence on the Twitch like streaming sphere, and he has made a lot of friends along the way, that of him getting there. And his audience and other streamers' audiences overlap with each other. Because of this, if Hassan says something like, "I like ice cream," and a friend of Hassan says, "Actually, I don't like ice cream that much, I have issues with it," their communities are going to bash them until they apologize for not liking ice cream, because they're not allowed to have different opinions, or else Hassan and his community will be mad, which in short will remove the clout they get out of Hassan in this case. So you have that situation where you have to have the same opinion, same liking, same everything, or else the community is gonna bash you. Their own community are gonna bash them because technically it's the same community, if that makes sense. I know what you may think. It's like, wait, that doesn't make sense, that's stupid. And you're right, this is moronic to the core, makes no sense. And this happened with a streamer named Valkyrie during this whole incident of the dog getting shocked and why not. She commented on the situation defending Hassan, and for some reason making the whole situation political, for I don't even understand why. It's about the dog and about him not accepting what might have seen as him using a shock collar and why not. And for some reason, she made it political because these people have zero social skills and brain cells. It makes no sense. So watch the clip here.
You think that anyone I surround myself with is like a bad person? Like, use your brain. I just wish that more people would put more energy into hating like trackers, genocide people, genocidal apologists, like people that are like getting raped and people that are getting killed, all these kids that are getting murdered. Like, where is the energy?
Okay, wall them off.
Where is it?
Now, after she said this moronic stuff, she was getting flamed on Reddit for her dumb take, obviously. I mean, people are just like, what are you talking about? People that are not part of these communities are like, this doesn't make sense. And she asked, because she was getting flamed, she asked this streamer named Asmongold for advice on how to deal with it. So here's a clip of that.
And that's okay. I messaged 2 people about LSF. I messaged Nick Pollum and I messaged Asmongold. I asked both of them. I was like, hey, I don't really use Reddit a whole lot, but like, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I should have definitely like spoken about it differently. And both of them reassured me that it's a good idea to not, because I know they're like, they're Reddit people. So I was like, they both said, they're both very nice, and they both said, yeah, don't respond. It's not a good idea. Yes, Asmongold and Nick Pollum, because I know those are like the 2 people that I know like participate in Reddit stuff a lot. So
now, after saying that, it like, hey, I had to reach out to this guy because I needed help with this like attacks that I was getting, whatever. She then went to apologize to her community because she talked to this guy, Asmongold. And why she needed to apologize? Because he's enemies with this guy, Hassan. And this guy, Asmongold, shared different political views of Hassan. And they are enemies. And because they're enemies, I cannot be talking to him or something. So here's the clip of her apologizing to her community.
At the end of the day, it is my fault for not being aware enough. And I apologize to my community. It was probably so hurtful and so jarring. I'm under a rock, and that's my fault. So I think everyone, including myself, should be more aware of, you know, what's going on in the world and what people are saying. I just like, it is my fault at the end of the day. That is my fault. It's literally no one's fault but my own. I'm not aware enough, and that's on me. Ray, you're a good role model still at this point. I don't think so. I don't think I am. I think I have a good job of recognizing when I do mess up and accepting that and being okay with it. But and it's all good. It's all like I hear you guys. I see you guys. You're right. You're so right. 100,000% my fault for not being aware enough. Because of that, I was able to do like a deep dive. I was able to leave my rock and see and be more aware of it. And, you know, I need to be more aware.
Now, what I don't understand and makes me mad is why the F you need to apologize for talking to someone? Is this guy effing Hitler or something? You are an adult and you can talk to whoever you want. Hassan is enemy with this guy, not you. Why do they have to act like they are in this high school kind of environment? Like, if you talk to him, I cannot be your friends with you because you're talking to someone I don't like. What does that even mean? Some people point to Hassan as the problem because it seems like he tells his friends not to talk bad about him in any way behind the scenes, which is dumb, obviously, but people point out to the problem. But why do these other streamers have to do what he says? Why can't they just have their own opinions and takes and whatever and say and disagree like with certain things like that? Like, is cloud really that important? Jesus Christ. If you have a friend in your real life, let's just take this in a real life scenario. If you have a friend in real life and you disagree with something they did, whatever it is, and you say, hey, listen, I just don't think this was good. I think you shouldn't do that in the future, whatever. If you say something like that and they stop talking to you because you disagree with one thing, you agree with every other thing, but you disagree with one thing they did and they stop talking to you because of it, they were never your friend. That's literally not a friend. I don't even know what that is. Like, they did you a solid, actually, because they stopped talking to you, because having a friend like that is freaking crazy. It's like, I've seen that in real life where people like, one little thing, you disagree with one little thing, you just like, or correct them in one little thing. It's just like, actually, and they stop talking to you. It's like, and when that happens to me, I'm like, oh, great, perfect. That person literally was never my friend. I cannot have a friend that I have to walk on eggshells every little thing that happens and tailor my takes and opinions around them, because if I say something small that they may not agree with, I just can't. So this is just why I don't understand, and this is ridiculous. Now let's go ahead and watch the main clip really quick that sparked all of this stupidity.
But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
I showed this video to some of my real life friends, people that touch grass, have no idea about internet and stuff like that. And I asked them a simple question: what happened in this video? And all of them came to the same conclusion and says something like, well, the dog has a big collar on her neck and he kind of like reached for something, and as soon as he did that, the dog yelped. So I think the dog has a shock collar and he pressed the button, I don't know. And he has come up with like 5 different versions and excuses about the situation with a smug tone like, what are you talking about? Of course, I do not use shock collars. My enemies are creating this false narrative about me, and they are wrong. When he was asked, what were you reaching when the dog yelled? He's like, I was reaching my zen, man. What are you talking about? And then if you ask him, oh, why did the dog yelp at the same time you did that? He would be like, a coincidence, of course. What do you mean? Like, are you a right-winger? And what makes me mad about it is that his community and friends dig this like it's nothing. In 1 second, no questions asked. One of the friends is like, I have never seen him being abusive to his dog. And I want you to see this clip really quick.
I would like to make it clear, I don't believe that Hassan has abused a dog.
No, I also
personally
don't believe that either, because I bore witness to how you treat her, and you treat her much better than me. I tell you what.
Well, I will say.
I tell you what. If anything, everybody should be talking about me.
Yeah. I agree.
To be fair,
I will. I've been here many times. I've never seen. You don't have to take my word. I've never seen a shock.
No,
I have to admit that
I've never seen a shock.
Now, this is the dumbest sentence I've ever heard. If you know a guy, let's say, for instance, that is married, and something comes out, like evidence, and people are talking about it, saying that he abuses his wife in some way, are you gonna freaking say something like, oh, I have never seen him abusing his wife, so he doesn't do it? Like, what kind of stupid sentence is that? Now, you could say something like, well, I have never seen him abuse his wife, but like, I don't know, these things could have happened behind the scene, and if they did, that sucks, but I have never seen it. You can still like kind of defend your friend and at the same time say, hey, it could be, because these things sometimes happen behind the scenes without us like knowing about it. Like, Jesus Christ, I am just sure that if there was like zero Cloud involved, they would be smarter about it. But of course, Cloud makes them stupid, I think. I don't even know. After the whole incident, the next day he showed the collar, and guess what? It looks like he taped the prongs where the shocking mechanism is, which means that they were removed and he put tape on them to cover it up. So here is the clip for that, just so you guys have the context.
this is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good. There's the AirTag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime, and it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost, you are able to, it emits a sound. Okay? There are days where Kaya doesn't wear a collar. There are days where she wears a different collar. Okay? This, in and of itself, doesn't actually work in the way that you think it does. Okay? Here, this is the flashlight. Okay? And this is when it vibrates.
It looks like there's tape on it. When you increase the brightness here, it does seem like there's definitely tape. I've seen this picture floated around a lot, and people believe that they have narrowed it down to a model called the Educator ET400, which seems to match it visually 1-to-1 in all aspects except for the bottom side there, where on the ET400 there are 2 prongs there, but you can take those prongs off from what I can tell, at least online, and in the Hassan clip, there's a bunch of tape there, which potentially would be there to cover up the holes. I don't really know what else there would be tape there for. I don't really get that.
It is so funny to me that he literally was not able to think of anything else but like taping it off, and why not? So it's just crazy. But hey, I mean, like, that's good because we were able to see all of this behavior like taking place like between him and his friends. It was just crazy. But after that evidence came out, a friend of Hassan jumped to defend him, saying there was no tape on the collar and that you cannot take the shock mechanism out, literally gaslighting everybody. It's like, oh, that's impossible. What do you mean? It's like just whatever. Here is a clip of this girl saying that.
I saw someone who provided info of the collar. When he showed it, he took out the contact points and put electrical tape over it. I watched the same clip. There's no tape, and you can't take those points out. You cannot cut the prongs off of a man. That's what I'm saying. The cope is so hard with a lot of people on this.
Then after that happened, and another friend of Hassan is like, actually there is tape on the collar. I saw it. She was like, oh, I went there to Hassan's house. I saw the tape, whatever. Which means that they were not communicating between themselves to have the same story. Like, it's just like it falls apart, right? Because it's like too much going on, too much like changing the story to make sure that like everybody is happy and damage control and whatever. So, but she said like she saw the tape, like she went to the guy's house, Hassan, and whatever. And when this spineless, cloud-hungry friend of Hassan saw the clip, she was like, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I don't want to see that. It's just crazy. Like, here is the clip.
Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Oh, I don't want to watch any more of this.
Now, this is what I cannot understand. Why do these communities are okay with being lied to and getting gaslit all the time? Like, if I were part of the community of this girl that said that, and she said, oh no, I don't want to talk about that anymore, I would be like, wait, hold on. Like, why not all of them are like, wait, hold on, you said yesterday that it was not taped, and now that there is evidence that it's taped from a friend, you don't want to talk about it? What does that mean? Like, that's the way people should behave, but they're like, oh no, it's fine, yes, brush it off, doesn't matter. Like, is this what streaming is like about right now? Like, is that what it is? Is what's happening on the streaming spheres and all of that, coming out with unanimous lies so they can just keep their clout or something? It's like they get all together and it's just like, okay, listen, let's just go ahead and craft this thing. We have to protect this big guy that is on the top so we can also be together on the top and share viewers, and why not? And we have to do that. Like, we have to literally show and go against things that defy reality, meaning you have literally evidence and we have to go against it. It's just insane. I don't get it. There has been many other Deming clips that have come afterwards and undefendable, like this one, for example.
I'm gonna put the Y shot. Boom.
Yes, we can.
I got.
Go to the camera, huh?
No.
In this clip, you can see him like hiding something. Like, what is he hiding, you ask? A remote that looks exactly the same as the remote from the Educator 300, which is a shock collar, obviously. People did their investigation. Listen, when you're hated by the internet, it's just crazy. People investigate more than the CIA.
It's clearly the ET300 remote that he is literally holding up on his stream. He's hiding it in plain sight. Oh God. This is the one people thought it was. And it's in the exact same spot that it always is in those clips. Educator ET3000 Mini. Compare this to the back of the remotes. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, gee. Lion Ted. Bro, what?
Which, by the way, if you ask him, what were you hiding from the camera there? What was that? You were hiding something in this clip. What was that? I'm pretty sure he would gaslight anybody that asks that question. It would be like, oh, I was just getting a cookie. What are you talking about? Let's talk about something else or whatever. Like, are you part of my... And he would just ban that person. And his friends and fans are like, yep, sounds good. That's correct. I mean, yeah, he was getting a cookie. Good. It's just crazy. I saw a clip of some people in his chat typing things like they photoshopped the color never existed. I don't understand what these people are talking about and whatever. Kind of like similar to what he would say. And when I saw that, I started wondering why someone would say something so dumb like that. And I think people on the internet are just like rage baiting all the time. And I think that's the answer. There's literally a bunch of rage baiters all the time on the internet, just like trying to, like I said, rage bait. And not really meaning what they say or write or anything. I think they just don't care as long as they can keep listening to their favorite streamer, and why not? And of course, like, and just they can rage bait all the time. So I think that's the reason. I think these people actually don't mean what they say, because probably if you confront them in real life, they would just say, oh yeah, he's right or whatever. They would not say like things like that. So yeah, I think it's just rage baiting on the internet, to be honest. You can find other clips where he's hiding the remote from the cameras and being fishy about it and all of that. But what I cannot fathom is the lack of principle and logic that these streamers have just to protect the connection with the big streamer Hasan. Because I can understand that Hasan is a liar, whatever. It's just like, sure, he wants to protect what he has. It's just like when some people, when they are caught with a lie, they just keep lying for like till the end of time. So that happens. Not one person, sure. But every streamer that surrounds him and the fans are spineless dumbasses. This is why I no longer see streamers the same way anymore. Most of them are just a bunch of semi-famous people, because like I said, they're just like, are they famous in the grand scheme of things? Not that much, like a little. Like some of them are really famous, but like very few actually are really famous. But just semi-famous people that need a reality check in their lives. And that think that they're celebrities, quote unquote, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm famous, like Hollywood stars, and I have to maintain this fame at all costs because I have zero skills for a real life job. If I stop doing this, I would not be able even to work at McDonald's. If some of the friends would have been like, you know what? There's a lot of evidence there, and it seems like he used a shock collar, and that sucks. But I am still friends with Hasan, and I think he should learn from this experience. I don't think shock collars are good. Like maybe he was told that this is the way to train dogs and whatever, but I'm still friends with Hasan. I don't think that this is something that would warrant me to just like stop talking to him, whatever. That would have been just fine. Fine response. Even if these people are still friends with Hasan, fine, but they are accepting that he made a mistake and whatever. But of course, they cannot do that. They cannot say that, because the moment they do, like the moment they just like disagree with him to this big streamer, the big streamer is not friends with them anymore. So they have to keep doing this thing and lying and trying to mask everything, and why not? All in all, that's pretty much it. I'm just done with streamers overall. Like they are completely disconnected with reality. They're the dumbest people I've ever seen. It's just crazy how the lengths they go to just to protect this small fame they have, and throwing every principle away and gaslighting everybody. Is just like, and the audience eats it because it's crazy. I don't understand. There are still good streamers out there, real ones, like Forzen, for example. But most are just like fake ass wannabe famous adults that act like little kids, honestly. Like, oh, you talk to him, I couldn't talk to you. And don't know what reality is anymore. So that's all I have to say about my rant. I know this is a different video from my MapleStory content, but I just sometimes want to talk about things that go through my mind. That's why I named the channel Layman's Commentary, because I just want to talk about certain things. I would like to know what you guys think in the comments about this topic and everything. Why not? I'm just like, I cannot understand the whole situation. This is crazy to me. Makes no sense. So take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.